Are you sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it? What if we told you that some of the most valuable coins in the world are sitting right in your pocket? Today, we're diving into the 7 ultra-rare and most valuable wheat pennies that could be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. From hidden minting errors to impeccable condition, these pennies are more than just a piece of history. They're treasures waiting to be discovered. Stay tuned, because you might just find the next big gem in your change jar. Number 1. Welcome to today's exciting coin adventure, where we'll be talking about a true treasure that could be hiding in your pocket change, the 1953 US 1-cent wheat penny. While this may seem like an ordinary penny, it holds an extraordinary secret that could make it worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just a casual observer, you'll want to hear about this rare find. First off, let's take a closer look at the 1953 wheat penny itself. You may have seen this coin before, maybe even hundreds of times. It's a classic design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the famous wheat stalks on the reverse. The wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 and was minted until 1958, so by 1953, it was already a staple in American currency. But what makes this penny so special? It's all about the rare varieties that pop up in certain minting years. The 1953 wheat penny might not be rare in a general sense. After all, millions of them were produced. However, some of these pennies feature rare errors that make them incredibly valuable. The most coveted of these errors is the double die variety. If you've ever heard collectors talk about a double die error, this is one of the most important and exciting mistakes in coin history. So, what exactly is a double die error? A double die occurs when the design on the coin is struck more than once during the minting process, causing the inscriptions and images to appear doubled. The doubling may be very subtle, but if you look closely under magnification, you'll see that the word "Liberty in God We Trust" and other elements on the coin are slightly doubled. This is what makes the 1953 wheat penny with this error so highly sought after by collectors. Now, how much could a 1953 wheat penny be worth if it's a double die error? Well, the value of these coins can vary significantly depending on their condition, but in general, you can expect to see prices anywhere from $14,100 to $64,000 for well-preserved examples. The better the condition, the higher the price. Coins that have been graded as mint state, meaning they have no visible wear and are in near perfect condition, can fetch the highest prices. For context, the price of a standard 1953 wheat penny in average condition is practically negligible. However, when you start looking at error coins, the situation changes. The rarity of these errors, combined with their historical significance, can make them incredibly valuable to collectors. So, if you happen to find a 1953 wheat penny that looks a little different, or has a slight doubling, don't throw it away. It could be worth a small fortune. Now, you might be wondering, how does this rare 1953 wheat penny compare to other legendary coins in history? Well, there's one coin in particular that has set a record for the highest price ever paid at auction, and it's the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle. This coin wasn't officially released into circulation, and most of the coins were melted down by the US government. However, a few of these coins escaped destruction, and one of them was sold at auction in 2002 for a staggering $7.59 million, setting a new record for the highest price ever paid for a coin. The 1933 Double Eagle is an extraordinary coin due to its limited mintage, historical significance, and the controversy surrounding its legal status. It's a stunning example of how a coin's rarity and its story can make it worth millions. So, while the 1953 wheat penny may not fetch millions, it's a valuable reminder that even a simple coin can have an incredible backstory and price tag when it comes to rare varieties like the double die error. It's a perfect example of how coin collecting isn't just about the value of the metal, it's about the story each coin tells. Thank you for tuning in today. Whether you're on the hunt for a rare 1953 wheat penny or marveling at the history of the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle, the world of coins is filled with treasures waiting to be discovered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more coin-related content. Keep checking your pockets, You never know when you might find a gem. Number 2. Today, we're focusing on a true treasure for coin collectors, the ultra-rare and highly sought-after 1944 Dewey penny. You might be thinking, a penny from 1944? How special can it be? Well, hold on to your seat, because this little coin has a big story to tell and is far more valuable than most people realize. Let's set the stage. By 1944, the world was in the midst of World War II, and things were far from ordinary. The United States Mint had to adapt quickly, and that included changes to how coins were made. During this period, there was a shortage of copper due to the war effort, so the U.S. government decided to use alternative materials for coins. Most of the 1944 pennies were made from steel coated in zinc, which gave them a distinct look. However, not all pennies from 1944 were made from this steel planchet. Some were struck using copper, and these copper pennies are what we're really after. Among those copper pennies, the 1944 Dewey penny stands out. The mint mark, D, refers to the Denver Mint, where these pennies were struck. While the 1944 copper penny is relatively common, the 1944 D variety is much rarer, and certain conditions of this coin can make it one of the most valuable pennies ever. Why is the 1944 D so special, you ask? It's all about the minting process and how these coins survived through the years. Due to wartime shortages and the large-scale production of pennies, a small number of the 1944 D coins were struck incorrectly. These coins, called error coins, are what give the 1944 D its legendary status among collectors. One of the most notable types of error in the 1944 Dewey penny is the steal, or steel cent, mistake. As we mentioned, most of the 1944 pennies were struck on steel planchets, but some 1944 D pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets, resulting in a unique variation. This mistake occurred due to a mix-up at the mint, and only a small number of these copper 1944 D pennies exist today. The rarity of these error coins is what makes them so valuable and desirable to collectors. The 1944 Dewey penny may look similar to its regular counterparts, but its true value comes from the fact that fewer than 20 examples of the copper 1944 D variety are believed to exist. These coins are considered among the most valuable pennies in existence due to their extreme rarity and historical significance. Imagine finding one of these tucked away in a jar of old coins. If you happen to come across one, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1944 Dewey penny. This coin, especially the copper era variety, can command significant sums at auction. Depending on its condition, a 1944 Dewey penny can be worth anywhere from $62,000 to $125,000. Yes, you heard that right, up to $125,000 for a single penny. Of course, the coin's grade plays a big role in its value. Coins in mint condition or with minimal wear are worth far more than those that have been heavily circulated. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? First, check the mint mark. If the penny has a D mint mark under the date, it's a Denver minted coin. Next, closely inspect the coin for any signs of unusual wear, especially around the edges. If the penny looks like it's made of copper rather than steel, it could be one of the rare 1944 D copper era pennies. A professional numismatist or coin appraiser can help confirm its authenticity, so it's always a good idea to get a second opinion if you suspect you have one of these valuable coins. Collectors all over the world actively seek out these rare 1944 Dewey pennies, and their value continues to climb over time. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, knowing about the 1944 D penny gives you a deeper appreciation for the history and the stories behind coins. Each rare coin has its own tale to tell, and sometimes, that tale can lead to an incredible windfall. If you're lucky enough to find one of these coins, it could be more than just a rare collectible. It could be a key piece of American history, and its value could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. So, next time you're going through your spare change or sifting through a collection, keep your eyes peeled. You might just find a little treasure worth a lot more than a cent, Thank you for joining us today in uncovering the story behind the 1944 Dewey penny and its extraordinary value. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin-related content. You never know, your next big find could be just around the corner. Number 3. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American history, the 1945 U.S. wheat penny. On the surface, it might seem like just another penny from the past, but dig a little deeper and you'll see that this particular coin carries a lot of value and a fascinating story behind it. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, you're in for a treat as we explore what makes the 1945 wheat penny so special. Let's start with the basics. The 1945 penny belongs to the well-known series of wheat pennies, which were minted in the United States from 1909 to 1958. As part of the series, the 1945 penny features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat stalks on the back. These pennies were first introduced by the U.S. Mint to honor Lincoln, and the wheat design was created by artist Victor David Brenner. The 1945 wheat penny was minted during the final years of World War II, and its production had to meet the demands of the wartime economy. However, what makes the 1945 penny so unique is the scarcity of certain varieties of this coin, as well as the specific errors and conditions that can greatly increase its value. While the 1945 wheat penny wasn't particularly rare in general, a few key factors can make a 1945 penny worth far more than its face value. First off, let's talk about mint marks. Most of the 1945 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but there are also pennies with mint marks from the Denver Mint, marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. The mint mark plays a big role in determining a coin's rarity and value, with some mint marks being rarer than others. What really sets the 1945 wheat penny apart, however, are those rare error coins. One of the most coveted varieties of the 1945 penny is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. If you've ever seen a penny with the word Liberty or In God We Trust looking a bit blurry or doubled, you might have stumbled upon a valuable error coin. These double die errors are particularly rare in the 1945 series, and they are highly sought after by collectors. The error pennies, like the 1945 double die wheat penny, are valuable because of their rarity and unique flaws. Since the U.S. Mint produces millions of pennies every year, errors like these are not only uncommon but also precious to collectors who appreciate the oddities and imperfections of coins. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 1945 wheat penny be worth if you find one of these rare varieties? Well, let's talk numbers. Depending on the grade of the coin and the rarity of the error, a 1945 wheat penny could be worth anywhere from $20,400 to $90,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that was produced decades ago could be worth a small fortune today. The value of these coins depends on various factors, such as the quality of the coin, the type of error, and the condition it's in. Coins that are in pristine condition or that have been professionally graded can fetch significantly higher prices. So, if you happen to come across a well-preserved 1945 wheat penny, you could be holding something very valuable. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins that have a history and a story behind them, and the 1945 wheat penny certainly has both. From its creation during World War II to its rare and valuable errors, this coin encapsulates a moment in history. For some, it's a piece of history that connects them to a time of great change in the United States, and for others, it's a valuable collectible worth hundreds of times its original value. If you ever find yourself in possession of a 1945 wheat penny, here's a quick guide to help you determine if it's worth more than face value. First, check the mint mark located beneath the date. If it's a D or an S, it could mean a rarer version of the penny. Then, closely inspect the coin for any signs of doubling or other errors. Look for doubling in the lettering, especially in the words, Liberty, or In God We Trust. If you spot an error, this could be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure. It's important to keep in mind that the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. The higher the grade, the more it will be worth. Coins that have no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration are the most desirable to collectors. A coin that has been kept in excellent condition over the years can be worth significantly more than one that shows obvious signs of wear. So, what makes the 1945 wheat penny so valuable in the world of coin collecting? It's the rarity, the historical significance, and the fascinating errors that make this coin stand out. Whether it's a simple penny with a D or S mint mark or an extraordinary double die error, this coin continues to be one of the most sought-after pennies in the market. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about holding on to currency, it's about preserving a part of history. Coins like the 1945 wheat penny remind us of a bygone era, and their value continues to rise as time goes on. Whether you find one in a jar of old coins or inherit one from a family member, the 1945 penny could be worth far more than you ever expected. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the 1945 wheat penny and its incredible value. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on more rare and valuable coins. Keep looking through your spare change. Your next big find could be waiting right around the corner. Number 4. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever minted by the United States, the 1954 wheat penny. If you've ever wondered whether a penny can be worth more than its face value, the 1954 wheat penny will definitely change your perspective. While most people associate pennies with small change, the 1954 penny has gained a reputation as one of the most sought-after and ultra-rare coins in the world of numismatics. So, let's find out what makes this coin so special and why it could be worth a small fortune. First, let's set the stage. The 1954 wheat penny is part of the larger wheat penny series, which was minted between 1909 and 1958. On the front of the coin, you'll find Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, with his profile engraved by sculptor Victor David Brenner. On the back, you'll find the iconic wheat stalks, which have become a symbol of the coin and a recognizable feature in American coinage. Now, you might be thinking, a penny from 1954? It can't be that rare, right? Well, this is where things get interesting. While the 1954 wheat penny wasn't necessarily rare in terms of its production numbers, it's important to note that what makes it valuable is condition, mint mark, and specific era coins that occurred during its minting. The D in 1954 refers to the mint mark of the Denver Mint, which was one of the primary locations where coins were struck during this era. The majority of the 1954 wheat pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, so the 1954 variety is already more valuable by nature due to its lower mintage compared to the Philadelphia version. But there's something even more exciting about the 1954 penny that makes it one of the most valuable wheat pennies today: era coins. Era coins are a rarity in the coin world and are usually the result of mistakes made during the minting process. The 1954 wheat penny has several known era varieties that are highly prized among collectors. For example, some 1954 wheat pennies feature a double die error, where the coin was struck more than once, resulting in a doubling effect on the design. This creates a slightly blurry or doubled appearance on words like liberty or in God we trust, and collectors go crazy over these kinds of mistakes. These double die errors make the 1954 penny incredibly valuable because they are so rare and difficult to find. A single era coin in good condition can skyrocket in value due to its limited availability. Other types of errors, like off-center strikes or repunched mint marks, can also be found in the 1954 wheat penny, but it's the double die errors that truly capture the attention of serious collectors and investors alike. So, what's the value of a 1954 wheat penny? Well, depending on its condition, era variety, and rarity, a single 1954 wheat penny could be worth anywhere from $7,600 to $55,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny from 1954 could be worth as much as $55,000. However, this value is dependent on the coin's grade, which is essentially the condition the coin is in. Coins that are in mint condition, with no visible wear or damage, can fetch significantly higher prices than coins that show signs of heavy circulation. A double die error or another rare variety of the 1954 D penny in mint condition could be worth closer to the higher end of the range, sometimes even exceeding the $55,000 mark in exceptional cases. Meanwhile, a regular, well-preserved example of the 1954 D without any errors will still hold significant value and can be worth thousands of dollars, especially if it has been professionally graded. Collectors and investors often look for these rare errors as they offer an opportunity to own a piece of American history, something that isn't just about its metal content, but about the unique imperfections that make the coin stand out. Imagine owning a piece of history that's one of a kind, and the best part is that it all started with a simple penny minted decades ago. If you're wondering how you can tell if you've stumbled upon one of these rare 1954 Dewey pennies, there are a few things to look for. First, make sure to check the mint mark beneath the date. The D indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, which is one of the main factors that can make it more valuable than a regular 1954 penny from Philadelphia. Then take a close look at the details. If you see any doubling or blurry text, like the word Liberty or In God We Trust, you might have found a double die error coin. Even slight signs of doubling can add significant value to the coin, so it's worth taking the time to examine it closely. Next, inspect the overall condition of the coin. If it's well preserved with no significant wear, scratches, or discoloration, you're holding a potentially high-value coin. Coins that are graded mint state, meaning they look almost brand new, tend to command higher prices. For error coins, even minor imperfections in their appearance can significantly raise their worth, since they are seen as flaws that make the coin unique. So, whether you're a passionate collector, a history buff, or someone who just happens to come across a 1954 Dewey penny, remember that this small, humble coin could be worth a small fortune. Its rarity, coupled with the potential for rare varieties, makes it a must-have for serious coin collectors, and its value is expected to continue climbing as time goes on. Thank you for joining us as we explored the fascinating world of the 1954 Dewey penny and its incredible value. If you've got some pennies lying around, it's time to start checking them closely. You never know when you might find a coin worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting content on rare coins and numismatic treasures. Keep searching for that hidden gem. It could be worth more than you think. Number 5. Today, we're going to dive into a penny that is often overlooked by many but holds incredible value in the world of numismatics: the 1950 Dewey penny. When we think of rare and valuable coins, we often imagine silver dollars or gold coins, but sometimes, it's the humble penny that packs the biggest surprise. This ultra-rare penny, minted in 1950 with a mint mark, D for Denver, has become one of the most sought-after and valuable wheat pennies in circulation. So, what makes the 1950 Dewey penny so special? Let's find out. The 1950 Dewey penny comes from a time when the United States Mint was transitioning from wartime coin production to a more stable post-war economy. The wheat penny itself had been in circulation since 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, and it features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. The design was widely popular for decades, and these pennies were part of daily life for many Americans. However, what sets the 1950 D apart from the rest is the low mintage numbers and the specific characteristics that make it one of the most desirable coins for collectors today. The D mint mark refers to the fact that this penny was produced at the Denver Mint, which was one of the 3 primary mints that produced wheat pennies in the 1950s. The 1950 D penny wasn't particularly rare when it was first minted, with millions of them being produced. Yet the value of this penny skyrockets due to its rarity in high-quality conditions and the fact that collectors are still seeking out the best examples for their collections. So, why exactly is the 1950 D wheat penny so valuable now? The main factor comes down to the condition and rarity of surviving coins from that era. Over time, many of the 1950 D pennies that were released into circulation were worn down from use. Coins that have been heavily circulated tend to lose their sharp details, and over the decades, many of these pennies were either lost, damaged, or melted down for their copper content. As a result, finding a 1950 DeWitt penny in mint condition is a rare occurrence, making those that are well preserved extremely valuable. A 1950 DeWitt penny in uncirculated condition, meaning the coin has never been used in circulation and still retains all of its original features, can fetch a significant amount of money. This is because collectors value coins that are as close to their original state as possible. The more pristine the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. This is where the magic happens. Coins that are well preserved and free of wear and tear can command incredible prices at auctions and among collectors. But there's another reason the 1950 DeWitt penny is so coveted: error varieties. Some of these pennies were produced with minting errors that make them even rarer and more valuable. One of the most notable errors is the double die variety. A double die error happens when a coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled on the surface of the coin. If you find a 1950 DeWitt penny with this error, you could be holding onto a small fortune. Other types of errors, like off-center strikes or repunched mint marks, can also increase the coin's value significantly. The rarity of the 1950 DeWitt penny is further highlighted by the fact that very few coins with this mint mark survived in excellent condition. While the Philadelphia minted pennies from the same year were more plentiful, the Denver variety has become much harder to find in mint condition. Coins in fine, extremely fine, or mint state conditions are the ones that are typically sought after by collectors and investors, and they can bring in prices well above the average. Now, let's talk about the value. A 1950 DeWitt penny that's in excellent to mint condition can be worth anywhere from $15,200 to $67,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single penny. Of course, this depends on the condition, with coins in near-perfect condition fetching the highest prices. Error coins, especially those with the double die or other rare mistakes, could easily fall on the higher end of that spectrum. In fact, some of these coins have been known to break records at auctions, where collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for the privilege of owning such a rare and beautiful piece of American history. If you're lucky enough to find a 1950 DeWitt penny, it's crucial to get it professionally graded by a numismatist or a grading service. This will help determine its true value based on its condition, error variety, and other factors. The grading scale ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, with the higher grades being far more valuable. A coin graded at MS65 or higher can command top dollar, especially if it's an error coin. The 1950 DeWitt penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can evolve into a treasure. The low mintage, errors, and the condition of these coins make them highly sought after, and their values continue to rise as more collectors discover their worth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual observer, it's important to remember that coins like the 1950 DeWitt penny are a link to history, a piece of the past that holds both cultural and monetary significance. So, next time you're rummaging through a jar of old pennies or inspecting your coin collection, take a close look at any 1950 DeWitt pennies you come across. You might just have a rare find on your hands. Whether it's the high-quality condition or the potential for errors, a well-preserved 1950 DeWitt penny could be the gem you've been waiting for. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the 1950 DeWitt penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting content on rare and valuable coins. Keep an eye on your spare change. You never know when you'll find a piece of history worth tens of thousands of dollars. Number 6. Imagine you're holding a penny from 1949, a seemingly ordinary coin, but if you look closer, you might be holding something extraordinary. The 1949 wheat penny is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the history of U.S. currency, and it has a story that many collectors and investors are eager to discover. You might be thinking, how could a simple penny be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? Well, today, we're going to uncover why the 1949 wheat penny has captured the attention of numismatists and how you can identify a potentially rare, ultra-valuable coin. The 1949 wheat penny is part of the iconic wheat penny series that ran from 1909 to 1958. If you've ever looked closely at a wheat penny, you'll notice the famous design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two stalks of wheat on the reverse. These coins were first introduced to honor Lincoln's legacy, and the design by Victor David Brenner became a lasting symbol of American currency. Now, the 1949 penny may not have been rare when it was first minted, but what makes it so special today? The answer lies in the condition of the coin, the mint mark, and most importantly, errors that occurred during the production process. Most people don't realize that the 1949 wheat penny, especially the ones with the Denver mint mark, D, are much rarer than many others from the same era. The 1949 D wheat penny is one of the standout varieties from that year. While millions of these pennies were produced, a significant portion was either worn out, damaged, or melted down for copper during the years following their release. As a result, finding a 1949 D wheat penny in good or excellent condition is quite rare, and that rarity drives up its value. But what truly sets the 1949 wheat penny apart are the error coins. Yes, error coins are a big deal in the world of numismatics. These are coins that were struck incorrectly, either due to mistakes in the minting process or other manufacturing errors. The 1949 wheat penny is known to have several types of errors, and these make the coin even more valuable. For example, double die errors can be found on some of these pennies, where the design is imprinted onto the coin twice, creating a blurry or doubled image. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and give the coin a unique, distinctive look. Another key factor that increases the value of the 1949 wheat penny is its grade. Coins that are in mint condition, meaning they've barely seen any circulation and still retain sharp details and luster, are incredibly rare and command the highest prices. While most 1949 pennies show signs of wear and tear, finding one in near-perfect condition is like finding a diamond in the rough. For numismatists, the coin's grade is paramount, and a high-quality 1949 wheat penny could easily be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, if you happen to find a 1949 D wheat penny in mint condition, you could be looking at a treasure. The rarity of these pennies, especially in well-preserved condition or with minting errors, significantly increases their value. The 1949 D penny, when graded as MS65 or higher, has been known to sell for record-breaking amounts at auctions. So, what can you expect to pay for a 1949 wheat penny? Depending on its condition and whether it has any minting errors, a well-preserved 1949 wheat penny could be worth anywhere from $12,200 to $68,000. Yes, you heard it right. A single penny from 1949 can be worth $68,000, all because of its rarity, condition, and the possible errors that make it stand out from the rest. These coins can fetch such impressive prices because there are so few of them in such excellent condition. To identify a rare 1949 wheat penny, start by checking the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, just beneath the date. If the penny has a D mint mark, it indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, and this is the variety that is most commonly sought after by collectors. Next, closely examine the coin for any double die errors. These errors usually show up on the word Liberty or in God We Trust, where the design appears doubled. If you spot one of these doubled features, then you're holding a potentially high-value coin. Once you've found a 1949 wheat penny with a D mint mark or an error variety, check the condition of the coin. If it's in pristine or mint state, meaning it shows no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, it will significantly increase its worth. Professional grading services can help you determine the exact grade of the coin, which is essential to understanding its true value. The 1949 wheat penny serves as a prime example of how a simple coin, from a time long ago, can be worth more than just its face value. The condition, mint mark, and the possibility of errors make this coin highly coveted by collectors, and it continues to appreciate in value as more collectors discover it. Whether you're looking to add to your collection or hoping to strike it rich with a rare find, the 1949 wheat penny is definitely a coin worth keeping an eye on. So, next time you're going through your collection of old coins or searching through a jar of change, remember to keep an eye out for the 1949 D wheat penny. This penny might just be the key to unlocking a small fortune. A well-preserved or era coin from this year could be worth much more than you'd ever expect. Thank you for joining us as we explored the fascinating world of the 1949 wheat penny and its incredible value. If you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting content about rare and valuable coins. And who knows, that next coin you find could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Keep searching, and happy collecting! Number 7. Have you ever wondered if an old penny could be worth thousands of dollars? If so, get ready to be amazed by the 1957 wheat penny, one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the world of numismatics. While most of us are used to seeing pennies as pocket change, the 1957 wheat penny is an exception that has become highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Today, we're diving into what makes this coin so special, and how you could potentially turn an old penny into a small fortune. Let's take a step back in time to 1957, a year that marked the tail end of the wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. The design features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and the reverse showcases two iconic wheat stalks, symbolizing the strength of American agriculture. These wheat pennies were issued for decades, but what sets the 1957 wheat penny apart from the rest is its rarity, errors, and condition. Now, you might be thinking, what makes a 1957 penny worth anything more than a few cents? It's true that 1957 saw a significant number of wheat pennies minted, and you might come across many of them in your coin searches. However, not all 1957 wheat pennies are created equal. The value of the 1957 penny can vary drastically depending on condition, mint mark, and potential errors. And in the case of this particular coin, it's the rarity of surviving specimens in top-tier condition that makes it one of the most valuable coins in the world of collecting. One of the first things you'll want to look for when hunting for valuable 1957 wheat pennies is the mint mark. The 1957 wheat penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with a small number also produced in San Francisco. The D mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and this variety tends to be the most highly prized among collectors. While the 1957 D penny isn't considered ultra-rare on its own, when you find one in mint condition, especially with certain errors, its value can skyrocket. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1957 wheat penny in mint state, meaning it looks as though it just left the mint and has never been in circulation, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Coins in mint state are highly desirable because they're essentially a snapshot of the coin in its perfect, original form. These coins were often saved by collectors or removed from circulation before they could show any signs of wear, making them incredibly rare today. But the value of the 1957 wheat penny doesn't stop there. Minting errors are what truly makes certain 1957 wheat pennies stand out, and error coins can be worth far more than a standard penny. Some of the most famous and valuable error varieties from this year include double die errors, where the design appears to be doubled on the coin's surface, especially on the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. These errors occur when the coin is struck multiple times, causing the image to blur or shift. These double-die pennies are highly collectible and often command a premium price because of their unique and rare nature. Another error that can increase the value of the 1957 wheat penny is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a misaligned design. Off-center coins have a distinctive, irregular appearance and can be worth a lot more than a regular, well-worn penny. These errors are exciting for collectors because they're not only rare but visually striking. But it's not just the errors that make the 1957 wheat penny valuable. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its worth. In the world of numismatics, a coin's condition is graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A 1957 penny in mint state 65 or higher, meaning it's almost flawless, could be worth significantly more than one that's been heavily worn or circulated. Coins that have sharp details, no visible scratches, and pristine surfaces are highly coveted, especially when they're rare error coins. When we talk about the value of the 1957 wheat penny, we're not just talking about a few cents. Depending on the condition and the presence of errors, a 1957 wheat penny could fetch anywhere from $12,200 to $60,000. Yes, $60,000 for a penny. Of course, this is on the higher end, and it depends on several factors like the mint mark, condition, and whether the coin has any error varieties. A 1957 penny in mint state with a rare double die error could be worth well into the tens of thousands. So, what do you need to do to find a coin worth this much? First, you'll need to carefully inspect your 1957 wheat pennies. Check the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin to see if it's AD for Denver. Then, look for any signs of double text or misaligned designs that might indicate a minting error. If you come across a well-preserved coin with sharp details and no signs of wear, you might have found something special. Take your coin to a professional grading service to have it evaluated, as this can help you determine its true value. In the world of coin collecting, the 1957 wheat penny is one of those gems that can turn a simple penny jar into a small fortune. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been a passionate collector for years, finding a 1957 wheat penny in top-notch condition is a thrill you'll never forget. These pennies may have been common when they were first minted, but today, they're a rare and valuable piece of American history. Thank you for joining us as we explored the 1957 wheat penny and its incredible value. If you happen to come across one of these coins in your collection or while you're searching through your change, don't be quick to dismiss it. It might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on more exciting stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Keep searching, and who knows, your next penny might just make you a fortune.